Please join me in thanking the Clarendon Brass Ensemble. Before we begin our ceremony, I'd like to ask everyone in attendance to please stand. And let us join together to observe a moment of silence in honor of those who we lost and those who were injured in the events in Boston and in Texas this past week. Thank you. Please remain standing for our national anthem to be performed by the University of Sciences King Sessing Singers under the direction of Professor Kim Robson. Thank you, Professor Robson and the USciences King Sessing Singers. Please be seated. Dr. Giles-Gee, members of the Board of Trustees, distinguished guests, alumni, esteemed faculty and staff, ladies and gentlemen, I officially convene the inauguration, missioning, and installation of Dr. Giles-Gee as the 22nd President of University of the Sciences. On behalf of the university community, I welcome all of you who have gathered here today to share this momentous occasion in the history of our university, especially Congressman Chaka Fattah, State Representative James Roebuck, Dr. Laurie Shore from the Mayor's Office, and Councilwoman Janie Blackwell. Today, we inaugurate a new president. This institution, founded 192 years ago as the first college of pharmacy in North America, has grown fully into its present role as a university devoted not just to the sciences and health professions, but also to the principles of a liberal education, so that our students leave here prepared to become successful in their careers and contributors to society and the common good. Our mission is to educate students to become leaders and innovators, roles that are becoming increasingly more important in a world that needs more collaboration, problem solving, and creative thinking. The slogan for this inauguration is a new era of opportunities, and Dr. Giles-Gee has come to our campus ready to provide the leadership to seize new opportunities for our faculty, our staff, and especially our students, to whom she is completely dedicated. The university is approaching its bicentennial, which provides a sharp focus point for us to think about the future and what we want to be. It is an ideal time to install a new president to drive us towards our shared goals and vision. And it is a call for all of us to support her in her tireless efforts on behalf of this great university. It is my great pleasure now to introduce you to additional members of our community who will offer their greetings and charges to Dr. Giles-Gee. Let me first begin by introducing the Honorable Chaka Fattah, United States Congressman representing the 2nd District of Pennsylvania.
Well, this indeed is a special day. And not only because of the inauguration of a new president, which has only happened on 21 other occasions, but this is a day that has taken 192 years to arrive at, with the inauguration of this president for this great university. And I'm here to say that there's no time like the present to start a new era, focused on opportunity and innovation. Science is the critical linchpin for which our global leadership as a nation is built upon, and science will be the indispensable ingredient that keeps the United States as the leading force for good in this world. So I'm happy to join you as you celebrate your 22nd president, and moreover, to celebrate the inauguration of an extraordinary educator who has served in numerous posts in other universities, but I believe embarks in this particular role in a true transformational moment. So I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to join with the faculty. I'm happy to join with the community of educators from all around our region who welcome the 22nd president of this great university, a university focused on science. Science is the key to our future as a nation, and this university is poised to play a pivotal role because of the great leadership that your board and search committee has located, brought here, and has installed through this process as our president. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Congressman Fattah. We know that you have to leave us for another engagement, and we want to thank you for the time that you spent with us today and wish you well as you continue your work on behalf of the people of Philadelphia. Thank you, sir. Please welcome now the Honorable James Roebuck, member of the Pennsylvania House of Representatives, representing the 188th Legislative District, Philadelphia County.
To Dr. Giles-Gee and to the University of Science family, good afternoon. It is a distinct honor to be part of this ceremony and celebration. And I certainly think it is a celebration of excellence, of potential, of the character of the individual who now assumes leadership of this great university. I want to begin by just noting that I speak not only for Jim Roebuck, but I speak for the 27 members of the Philadelphia House delegation to Harrisburg in offering our best wishes to President Giles-Gee. And earlier I gave to her a citation from those members which spoke of this occasion, of her role and her leadership. I just want to read one line from that which speaks more importantly, more fundamentally, to the character of the individual who now becomes the leader of this institution. And it says, approaching each day's work with the highest professional standards, Dr. Giles-Gee carries the torch of education with skill and dedication, virtues which she readily and genuinely displays, and in so doing, she greatly enhances the experience and quality of education for countless students. We are fortunate to have a leader of that character, but she also demonstrates that leadership which affirms the fundamental mission of this university, which is to educate students to become leaders and innovators in the sciences, the health professions, and emergent related disciplines. And she also affirms that part of that mission, which says that it will affirm that the university will be an active partner with our local communities. I have come to value the role that University of Sciences plays in this community, in this part of West Philadelphia. It is an essential role. And I know that Dr. Giles-Gee will continue to affirm that role. And I measure that in part because I don't know Dr. Giles-Gee very well. I do know her sister Deborah very well, who is my neighbor and my friend, and I know how deeply she is committed to this neighborhood, how hard she works for this community, all the good things she does. And I'm certain that that spirit, that commitment and dedication is measured as well in the new president of this institution. I wish her Godspeed. I look forward to working with her, and I know that she will do great things.
Thank you, Representative Roebuck. Here to offer greetings on behalf of the City of Philadelphia is its Chief Education Officer, Dr. Laurie Shore.
Good afternoon. Bring greetings on behalf of the mayor, who needed to be in D.C. today, but also on behalf of myself. I'm thrilled to welcome Dr. Giles-Gee here to the Philadelphia community, although I must admit she's already been over twice in City Hall with us, talking about how we can support her in this institution and how she can support the educational goals that we have for the city. While we have seen an increase in our high school graduation rate from about 56% to 64%, which is good news for our city, our college graduation rate here in the city has gone from 18 to almost 23%. We still have a very long way to go. And as I was looking back through some of the things that Dr. Giles-Gee has done in her life, I love the idea that she created her own major at the University of Pennsylvania when she was there. I like that sort of innovative spirit. I must admit the thing that caught my attention the most was the work that she did when she was in Maryland, where she looked at systems alignment, and only another policy geek could really like this in the way that I do, that she worked on aligning curriculum from the K-12 system to the higher ed system. And I'll tell you, if there's one thing we really need some help and expertise in this city, it's that skill set and that knowledge and that expertise. And I so look forward to working with her and from City Hall and from the other institutions of education here in the city. We welcome her and we stand ready to support her in this institution. So welcome and thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shore. Please welcome the Honorable Jeannie Blackwell, representing the 3rd District of Philadelphia, who will offer greetings on behalf of the City Council of Philadelphia.
Good afternoon. I always first give God the glory. This is such a special day, and I'm very honored to be here with all of you. Certainly to President Giles-Gee, to Deborah Giles, and the rest of the family, it is an honor. I saw Glenn Ellis here as well, and so many of my friends and colleagues who've come to be at this important occasion. I bring congratulations on behalf of the City Council of Philadelphia. There are 17 of us, but I'm blessed to represent this area. And I'm especially proud because Dr. Giles-Gee breaks 2 barriers. You know I'm happy she's a female, and you know I'm happy that she's an African-American female. And we are just overjoyed at not only her background of commitment, of excellence, wherever she's been in her various fields of study, but we are very pleased because she comes with creativity, with a commitment to a new neighborhood. She realizes that USP is in a neighborhood, in a community And just last Saturday, we were here talking about bringing young people to the university. So we applaud her for her commitment to excellence, her commitment to education, her commitment to this community, and can only say congratulations and Godspeed.
Thank you, Councilwoman Blackwell. Representing the University of the Sciences alumni is Colonel S. Rogers Wetherill III, Pharmacy Class of 1968, and President of the Alumni Association.
My, what a great day. The inauguration of Dr. Helen Giles-Gee as our 22nd president of this historic university. I am Raj Wetherill, president of the Alumni Association. The history of this nation's first college, and it was called Apothecaries originally, goes back to 1821. At that time, 68 pharmacists were challenged by the University of Pennsylvania's medical school to come in and look at the situation because there were a lot of deleterious and drugs that were on the market in Philadelphia. They got together in Carpenter's Hall in 1821 and sat down and formulated this particular college. The curriculum at that time consisted really of only two courses: Materia Medica, which was basically the study of plants and animals because that was the drugs that we had in those days, and chemistry and pharmacy. So if it was in modern times, Dr. DeMartirosian would have you for 3 days a week, and then we would have another 3 days with a professor that was a chemistry professor / pharmacist. Now, my family had a pharmacy in 1821, and it was located down on Front Street. It's now under I-95. It was called the Wetherell's Brothers Pharmacy, and it was a small area in a large building down there, and we also manufactured paint, and we sold paint because most of the pharmacies in those days had more than one particular product that they sold. Now, as you probably know, I was in the Army for 24 years, and I ran into an awful lot of pharmacists, whether they were civilians or whether they were military. And invariably it would come up, what college of pharmacy did you graduate from? And I always used to say PCP. I used to get that remark, wasn't that a street drug in San Francisco? And I would let them go ahead and laugh for a while, and then I'd say, just remember, we're the brand name and you guys are all generics. Now, we've had numerous famous professors that have come out of this university. Remington, Lawal, Griffith, Osel, Tice, just to mention a few, and there's a lot more than that. Major pharmaceutical companies have also originated from here: Lilly, Burroughs Wellcome, Wyeth, McNeil, and again, just to name a few. In the 1980s, new colleges were added to this university, and it was granted in 1998 university status by the state of Pennsylvania. Now we are welcoming our 22nd president, Dr. Helen Giles-Gee. We of the Alumni Association pledge our support to the betterment of our university and leadership under her. We have a great president with a great historic university leading us into our third century. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Colonel Wetherill. Now it is my pleasure to introduce the Student Government Association President, Mr. Michael Flacco, Pharmacy Class of 2015, who will share greetings on behalf of the undergraduate students.
Thank you. I would first like to thank the Presidential Search Committee for successfully recruiting Dr. Giles-Gee to our campus, and I am most proud to have been a member of that successful committee. A major criterion we saw in a president was they had to be student-centric. Chairman Sampson, Dr. Mays, I could confidently say we selected the best candidate, and we are thrilled she accepted. President Giles-Gee, even in your short time here, your positive impact can already be seen throughout our entire campus. Your influence has benefited our campus so quickly, I often have to remind myself that you have been here for less than 1 year. President Giles-Gee has made it a point to stay connected with all students at the university. Throughout the past months, she has met with the Student Government Association regularly, including several meetings with our General Assembly, where she fielded questions from as serious to the budget to as cordial to her favorite color, which, for those of you who don't know, happens to be green. She has also attended various student events, including athletic competitions, fundraisers, award ceremonies, and USciences Got Talent, where she served as a judge, just to name a few. President Giles-Gee has been transparent in all of her decisions, always seeking feedback and validation from key stakeholders. It is abundantly clear that the opinions of these students are a priority of President Giles-Gee. And she continues to ensure students hold positions on all search committees, thus ensuring students' voice are always heard. President Giles-Gee, on behalf of the entire student body, I would like to thank you for all you have already accomplished for our university in such a short period of time. We are excited to envision the future of the university with your leadership and are honored to have you as the president of our USciences family. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Flacco. Now, Graduate Student Organization President Ruhi Perzada, MBA Class of 2013, will offer greetings on behalf of the graduate student body.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is a day of many honors for me. First of all, I'm honored to represent the Graduate Student Organization as your president. Secondly, I'm honored to be here at this historical gathering. Finally, I'm most honored to have this opportunity to welcome the 22nd President of University of the Sciences, Dr. Giles-Gee. President Giles-Gee, we were very happy that you attended and enjoyed the multicultural reception that the graduate students hosted for you, especially when you joined in and danced with us. But I'm here to tell you that the graduate students does not always have fun. We also work very hard, and that was evident from the research posters that were presented yesterday at the Research Day. Lastly, I would like to say that we are very fortunate to be led by an individual who not only has a very strong academic background, but also has a deep compassion towards the students and learning. We all aspire to be like you. You are an inspiration to all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Perzada. It is now my pleasure to introduce Mr. James Yarish, President of our Staff Assembly, who will offer greetings on behalf of the staff and administration of University of the Sciences.
Today I have the honor and privilege of speaking on behalf of the university's staff employees, welcoming Dr. Giles-Gee as the 22nd president of the university. Since Dr. Giles-Gee's arrival, there's been a renewed sense of optimism on campus. The university is evolving, and each one of us has a role to play and a contribution to make in this new era of opportunity at our university, in how the university will ultimately be defined. We are all in this together, each one of us is a stakeholder. Through Dr. Giles-Gee's outstanding leadership, we have witnessed a surge of extraordinary hard work and commitment by our faculty, administration, and staff. Everyone contributes to the whole of the university. It is through this hard work and dedication that we are collectively a stronger institution. However, we cannot rest on our laurels. We must continue to strive for excellence in providing exceptional service to our students. Exceptional service extends beyond the classroom. It is inclusive of the way each one of us interacts with our students, with each other, and the greater community. It is that, too, that defines us. I'm proud to be a part of such a talented community and to have the privilege to work with so many wonderful people, from the staff to the faculty to the administration the students, and our new president. We look forward to continuing to work with President Giles-Gee and making her vision our reality. As the elected president of the Staff Assembly, I pledge our support and resolve to remain steadfast and committed to working with the university community to bring about positive change. In closing, I'd like to leave you with a thought from President Barack Obama. Change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Yarish. Next, I ask Faculty Senate President Dr. Elizabeth Morlino, Assistant Professor and Assistant Chair of Chemistry and Biochemistry, to come to the podium. She will share greetings to Dr. Giles-Gee on behalf of the faculty.
Thank you, Dr. Miller. Good afternoon, everyone. Leadership. I'm willing to bet that many of the people on this stage and many of you out there know all too well that this is not an easy task. Always making sure that your constituencies feel they have been heard, that their opinions have been considered in the final decision. Doing something because it is the right thing to do, not necessarily the easy thing to do. Making a decision you know will make some unhappy, but is best for the institution. Having the courage to do what is right in the face of adversity. Taking responsibility for actions that may not always be perceived as turning out well. I could go on. Madam President, I would like to offer you greetings on behalf of the faculty, but also much, much more. I want you to remember that when you go into battle for this institution, that we, the faculty, have your back. I want to offer you a special coat, a coat that was conjured by a previous Faculty Senate president. This coat features 190 plus faculty sewn into the lining to go with you. I want to offer our thanks for the many sleepless nights you've had so far and for those yet to come. Also, our gratitude for recognizing and acknowledging that the core here is good. I want to offer you our trust and faith that you will lead this institution and all of the wonderful things it has to offer into its greatest era yet. I want to offer you a get-out-of-jail-free card. For that time you feel you must do something for the good of the institution, but that you know will make the faculty unhappy. By the way, I'm only authorized to offer one of these. And finally, I want to offer you our camaraderie, as you are one of us, and so you are our colleague. We have great hope that together we can move this institution to its highest level yet. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Morlino. I now call upon Mr. Marvin Sampson, Chairman of the Board of Trustees, to present Dr. Helen F. Giles-Gee as the 22nd President. Mr. Sampson will read the investiture statement on behalf of the University of the Sciences Board of Trustees.
Thank you, Dr. Mayor. Dr. Giles-Gee, will you please come forward? Today represents both a joyful and momentous occasion for this university. For the last time in our 192-year history, I can say there have been presidents before you, each in his time leading this august institution to prominence in the education of leaders in healthcare and science. A search committee comprised of a diverse representation of stakeholders articulated the attributes of the ideal leader to move our university to the next level, and then conducted a most comprehensive, meticulous examination of all possible candidates to find just the right person. You, Dr. Giles-Gee, met and exceeded the rigorous standards that were established, and you were recommended by the committee. In early 2012, the Board of Trustees unanimously approved this recommendation, and you began your tenure on July 16th, 2012. You have joined us at a transitional time in healthcare in general and USciences in particular. Your ability and willingness to anticipate and embrace change while preserving the legacy of our 192-year history will be critical to our success. We know that under your stewardship, our students will be prepared to make a positive difference in the lives of those they serve. Speaking before me, you have received warm wishes from many within the university, the community, and the city of Philadelphia. And I want to add my heartfelt support and the heartfelt support of the Board of Trustees. As trustees, we are committed. We're committed to and engaged in and dedicated to the mission of the University of the Sciences, the needs of its multiple diverse constituencies, and the overall public good. It is our job to advocate for you as our Chief Executive Officer by serving as advisors, always sensitive to the boundaries between oversight and guidance versus management and administration. We promise openness, objectivity, and frankness in our communications, and we will focus our efforts to create a cohesive, positive relationship that will enable you, the faculty, staff, and students to face our exciting future. You are charged to use all the resources available to this institution so that through your appointment, you will serve all those on this campus, as well as the citizens of this city, state, nation, and all others who will be touched by the influence of the University of the Sciences. Dr. Giles-Gee, are you willing to accept that responsibility?
Yes, I am.
By virtue of the authority of the University of the Sciences and the Board of Trustees, I commit to you the seal medallion and place it over your shoulders, which is the seal of the university and also is a symbol of the very high office you hold. Dr. Alan Misher, will you please come forward to assist me in presenting this? It is a great pleasure for me to present to you the 22nd President of the University of the Sciences, Dr. Helen Giles-Gee.
Wow. Thank you very much for this honor, Chairman Sampson, members of the Board of Trustees, for investing me with this medallion, signifying my formal inauguration to the presidency of the University of the Sciences. I promise to uphold the mission of the institution and to support all within it. Thank you, University and trustees, for believing that my background and acumen are most appropriate to lead this university. With this choice, you have accentuated this as an era of opportunity for all who aspire prominence in their fields. Thank you. To all who have joined us here at the University of the Sciences, Congressman Chaka Fattah, Dr. Lori Shore, Chief Education Officer of the City of Philadelphia, Ms. Terry White of the Mayor's Office, and Professor Dr. James Roebuck, former professor in his own right, Councilwoman Janie Blackwell, Representative Sherelle Parker, Councilwoman Blondell Reynolds Brown, Chairman of the Zoning Board, Linnell Brown-So, Dr. Wanda Gill, the United States Department of Education, Councilwoman Ingrid Simpson of Glassboro, New Jersey, former University of Sciences President, Dr. Alan Misher. Thank you for joining me here. USciences faculty who dressed up, you look really good. I'm going to hold on to that keep out of jail card. USciences staff who are so dedicated and hardworking, thank you all for being here. And students, you too look good. I know you're diligent in your pursuit of academic excellence, and boy, you dance well too. Distinguished alumni who are successful and dedicated to the mission, thank you for your support. Honored higher education delegates who represent many higher education institutions from across the country. My dear family who sit with me, and Deborah, you're a rock star here in the community, so I thank you for the work that you've done. Esteemed community members who have joined us today, and former colleagues of mine from Cheney University of Pennsylvania, Keene State College, Rowan University, and Towson University. Thank you for being here. Representing higher education associations, Dr. Char Gray from Pennsylvania and National Campus Compact, Dr. Bobby Fong, president of Ursinus College and past chair of the Association of American Colleges and Universities, and Dr. Don Francis, president of the Association of Independent Colleges and Universities of Pennsylvania. Thank you all for attending today. But I'd be remiss, because as much has been made of my major in psychobiology that I created myself, not to say that I had to find two advisors, one in psychology and one in biology, at the University of Pennsylvania who would agree to be my advisors for that major. And one of that advisors has been my mentor from my sophomore year at Penn, and she's here today, Dr. Ingrid Waldron. Thank you for being here. She's been my mentor and my friend, so students, make sure you know your faculty traveled with you. I am so honored that you join me at this historic institution, founded in 1821 as the Philadelphia College of Pharmacy, the oldest college of pharmacy in North America. Thank you. Yes, oldest college. And I'm not going to be humble now, because I want to talk about the innovations of our alumni. Dr. Eli Lilly and his father, Josiah Lilly, founders of Eli Lilly and Company. Gerald Rohrer, founder of Romer Pharmaceuticals. William Warner, founder of Warner Lambert Company. Robert McNeil, founder of McNeil Laboratories, and his grandson, Robert McNeil Jr. John Wyeth, founder of John Wyeth and Brother. Silas M. Burroughs and Sir Henry Wellcome, founder in England of Burroughs Wellcome and Company. From this institution, the pharmaceutical industry was born. And people ask me why I am excited to be president of this institution. Well, I tell you, with a history like that, it only goes up. Thank you. These leaders who are educated here at the Philadelphia College of Pharmacy supported the health care of American citizens and those citizens of the world. PCP was also the birthplace of the American Pharmaceutical Association, the American Journal of Pharmacy, the United States Pharmacopoeia, and Remington, The Science and Practice of Pharmacy, the most widely used comprehensive pharmacy text for over 100 years. Thank you. Yet, this institution strove to do more. Just 15 years ago, through great vision, the Philadelphia College of Pharmacy and Science became a university, University of the Sciences. This university has continued to diversify its academic program offerings from the bachelor's through the doctorate. It carved out a niche where healthcare and science converge, with a mission of supporting this nation's needs for scientists in such fields as bioinformatics, biochemistry, physics, and environmental science, as well as health professionals in pharmaceutical and healthcare business, physical and occupational therapy, health policy and physician's assistants, and more, who are strong in character and in citizenship. USciences graduates in these fields, as well as pharmacy, have continued to make extraordinary contributions with global impact through the invention of the ultrasound gel, the development of advanced time-release formula, photocopy, toner, and electrographic inks, physical rehabilitation equipment and devices, and even the extract for Hires root beer. Yes, this institution is a powerhouse. And we educate students according to an ideal. Graduates whose core education is bound in the liberal arts, whose learning is lifelong, whose character is framed by ethical behavior, and whose profession is marked by service and innovation. This is the description of a liberal education, and I believe such a liberal education, enabling innovation and team problem solving, will help heal the world. And the capability to deliver this outcome resides within all our colleges and universities. And so how our institutions of higher education fare, how our students are educated, is of importance to all of us. Yet higher education is at a crossroads. Nationally, the numbers of high school graduates eligible for college-level work is decreasing. Many who have given up on education are adults in need of post-secondary development. Increasing numbers of students speak many languages, learn at different rates, with different learning styles, and are themselves different from each other, culturally, ethnically, and racially. And many of our schools are ill-equipped to address this diversity. Increasing access to higher education will remain tentative, while the Pell Grant and other means for federal financial aid are considered discretionary, parts of the national budget, and annually vulnerable to reduction. And some, with little sense of true equity, believe that massive open online courses, or MOOCs, should be offered to replace residential colleges and universities for the poor and middle class as a means of higher education. At present, most higher education institutions count the credit hours that students amass towards the fulfillment of their credentials, while the United States Department of Education's recent decision to allow the use of federal financial aid for competency assessment will change the landscape of higher education yet again. In the end, having standard seat times and credit hours may become as archaic as the slide rule. higher education is changing. And while many of us may differ about how to address the plethora of issues we face, the following facts are certain. From 1999 to 2009, over 400 new degree-granting institutions were developed. Our colleges now include not-for-profit, for-profit, online, residential, and a hybrid of the two. Increasingly, more institutions will provide credentials for assessing learning that will have occurred outside their classrooms. And institutions that fail to find their efficiencies and their niches within this new marketplace may fail to survive as readily as some were developed. While there is still much to be done to address issues of affordability, access, and accountability, I believe the bases of a highly valued education have not and will not change. Teaching, research, service are still as important as they ever were for a high-quality education. Thank you. Teaching is as old as humankind. Aristotle, born in 384 BC, said, "Teaching is the highest form of understanding. Those who know do. Those that understand teach." I prefer the musings of Socrates, born in 469 BC, who said ironically, "I cannot teach anybody anything. I can only make them think." And thus began a student-centered approach to learning that challenges students to engage in analytic discussion. While it is true that many of us might gain knowledge on our own, dialogue and debate about the possibilities elevate this learning to idea development and opportunities for innovation. And the finest way to support the world's interest is to educate the best and brightest to teach our nation's young with this same spirit of inquiry. Educating K through 12 teachers at a university focused on healthcare and science may appear inefficient and not mission-centric. In fact, there was a time that the University of the Sciences granted teaching certificates in science. When we refined our focus, we eliminated that program at USciences, but we did not eliminate the opportunity. Through collaboration with other colleges and universities, thank you Rowan, thank you Rutgers, and other institutions that provide the post-baccalaureate teaching certificates and/or master's degree in teaching, our students will continue to have this opportunity through institutions that excel in these programs, allowing practice to improve pedagogy and learning. Students may also enhance their knowledge through additional practice in the field, also called service learning, regardless of area of study. Yet service learning does much more. Knowledge applied in the field can support better community understanding and develop students' character and citizenship. For example, USciences physical therapy students mentored by faculty provide pro bono service to members of our external community. Such student engagement benefits not only students, but also our neighbors. Students connect with community members on personal levels while looking for ways to improve motion, feeling, and reduce pain. These students' learning will transcend that of core knowledge and extend to issues of health policy about the cost of health care and the impact of illness on the human psyche. Professional students in pharmacy, occupational and physical therapy, and physician's assistants will refine their knowledge through clinical practice where they contribute hours of service at hospitals and health systems like Virtua, thank you, trustee, working alongside other health practitioners. How much better it is for patients to bring these practitioners together with each other to support patient health as a team. Such interprofessional care provides a healthcare team unified in its approach to patient care. In our new building coming up, Science and Technology 2, being constructed just yards from where you sit, will be such a place where collaborative teaching, learning, and practice will take place. And since interprofessional care is relatively new, our students and faculty are engaged in applied research to determine if such practice makes a difference. Through applied research, faculty and students work together to discover ways to improve practice in healthcare. Faculty-student research at USciences has proliferated pilot study that has fomented further research. One student researcher presented initial findings of a study on interprofessional care at a poster session during the American Society of Health Systems Pharmacy Conference, which was attended by over 20,000 pharmacists and students. Well, I moved over and I questioned this one student about his hypotheses, past research, inference regarding sample size, and possible next steps. And I have to tell you, if I had been an undergraduate student and my president had come to ask me these questions, I might have been a little bit floundered. But I tell you, I stood there with pride as the student looked me in the eye and smiled and said, after the first question, I thought you might ask me that. And he proceeded to address each question as I asked it. And I finished by asking the student about his career goals. And I listened as he considered the practice of pharmacy and applied research. Here, the combination of practice and applied research improved the expectation of this one student, as well as the health of future patients. Well, USciences students engage in bench research with faculty, some publishing in refereed journals prior to graduation, in fact, quite a few publishing this way. And so service learning, clinical training, applied and bench research, all have been described as high-impact practices by George Koo, Chancellor's Professor Emeritus of Higher Education at Indiana University, Bloomington, and further have been documented to collectively foster, strengthen intellectual and applied skills, and allow the practice of integrative and applied learning in students. And so, our era of opportunity begins with the fundamentals, under the guidance of dedicated faculty and in collaboration with our community, higher education and business partners, teaching, research, and service. And isn't this how it should be? Our higher education institutions, communities, hospitals, healthcare systems, industry, and businesses, converging to increase the delivery of a qualified workforce and future educators through enhanced collaboration. Together, we can marshal students' abilities to move forward in an educational system that connects pathways to careers, professions, and additional learning opportunities. I further believe that we can and should reinforce our high-quality niches, preserving our unique individual identities while fostering articulations that ratchet up student and employer opportunities. In fact, the more that our colleges and universities complement each other in our delivery of education, the more we improve our respective potentials for maintaining high quality and fostering opportunities for collaboration. In closing, What our country's citizens want is a high-quality education that does not vary because of the vehicle that delivers the education, be it massive open online courses or MOOCs, be it a liberal arts college, specialized college, research universities, or real-world experience. A high-quality higher education system will provide access to quality education for the many, regardless of age, class, ethnicity, gender, or race. Demonstrate efficiency and affordability that matches educational effectiveness. Document student competency rather than seat time. Celebrates teaching in all its forms and utilizing technology. Provides opportunities for students to apply theory through practice, service learning, and research, and fulfills employers' needs for employees who are adaptable, team players, culturally literate, and great citizens. Well, the University of the Sciences aims to be the leading institution of its type, collaborating with complementary partners from other colleges and universities, government, business, and communities, focusing research in sync with its mission and the needs of society in science and healthcare, contributing to the positive welfare of the community through service, and educating a powerful workforce to support the region's economy. And so, in today's world of swirling students who may enroll in many educations to gain their degrees and credentials, who learn on their own and are stimulated through the Socratic methods, who may apply these learning through practice, service learning, and research. These students, our students, will change the world for the better. And by working together, we can make these high-impact opportunities available to all students. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Giles-Gee, for your wonderful words which have commemorated your inauguration. Please remain standing for the singing of our alma mater by the USciences Kingsessing Singers.
Your
please remain standing. As we usher in a new era of opportunity for University of the Sciences, let us recommit ourselves to our shared vision alongside our new leader, Dr. Helen Giles-Gee. I will ask everyone in our audience to please remain standing at your places until the stage party and the academic procession has recessed from the arena. The recessional will be performed by the USciences King Sessing Singers, the USciences Jazz Ensemble, and the Clarendon Brass Ensemble. Thank you.